Bill here with the Metals Minute. Today is Wednesday, May 17th, 2023. Well, we've had a little pullback in the metals this week for two different reasons. For gold and silver, it's primarily because the dollar has strengthened temporarily, and that's due to interest rate expectancy. When the last interest rate increase happened, the consensus on Wall Street was that that would likely be the last increase, and the next movement would likely be lower. But recently we've had one of the Fed presidents speak out. The Cleveland, Ohio Fed Reserve president spoke out that they believe that we'll have to increase rates a little further. And now there's a 20% likelihood, is the view on Wall Street, that we may see another increase in June. So whether that happens or not, that's the current expectancy. So that has served to strengthen the dollar, and silver and gold are more closely correlated to dollar and interest rate concerns. And so they have come down a little bit, but I believe it will be a temporary issue. Now, platinum and palladium are also down significantly more in the past week, but I believe that's more related to recessionary concerns. And we're starting to see inventories get back up there in the automotive industry, and that's one of the primary places that we see platinum and palladium used. And so with talks, and not only talks, but the way the numbers are looking in the economy, we're either in or likely moving into a recession shortly. And so I believe that's having a bearing on those metals. But for the year, we're still up a solid higher amount for each of the gold and silver and platinum. Palladium is still down due to the after-on effects of the Ukraine-Russia conflict and what that did in the palladium markets. But so we see there's other reasons to be interested in platinum. And even if we see a downturn and there's a move towards electric vehicles, if we start having fewer internal combustion engine vehicles produced, there was some concern about how that would affect platinum and palladium, mostly platinum. But there's another story on the horizon. Toyota Motor Company is doing a lot of really good things with hydrogen. And they have developed a hydrogen engine that uses hydrogen as fuel. The only exhaust is water. And that's the main output from the exhaust pipe is water, H2O. So this is believed to be a game changer versus EV, because hydrogen is much easier to produce than some of the other types of things needed to have electric vehicles and the different alternative energy sources used to charge electric vehicles. A lot of those are still fossil fuels. But in the case of hydrogen, platinum plays an outsized role in both the conversion of hydrogen to a fuel source, and also when you store and transport hydrogen, you have to have a catalyst to put it in a certain form, like a liquid form that you can transport it, like petroleum products. But then when it gets to the user end, you have to have a catalyst to convert it back into a state that can be used as fuel. And platinum is crucial in both of those characteristics. So transporting and storing and creating the hydrogen for hydrogen engines. So we see a future for platinum, whether even if the internal combustion engines are reduced, with the hydrogen technology coming on, we're going to see a strong future for platinum. Another reason I like platinum right now is if you look at a longer term chart, it's at about a 50% lower place than it was several years ago. And so, you know, there was a day when reaching a gold album meant that you sold a lot of albums. And then platinum exceeded the gold price for many years. And they created a new status that your album went platinum, which was higher than gold. And so we forget that today because platinum is maybe a little over half the price of gold. But the day may come in a few years, and due to this increased demand with various types of automotive technology, I think platinum may be in the catbird seat, and it's worth a look and your consideration. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again soon.